My sister was killed on July 5th, 2014. We actually were having fun that day, and we were kind of out at my mom's friend's house for a barbecue. We were going to the store, and that's when everything happened. Like, it all changed.
I like chicken.
No!
This is where it happened. Right here. Shots came from over there. Soon after the murder of my daughter, Genesis, Jamir Moore turned himself in, surrendered himself. Jeffrey Ellerby also surrendered himself for being an accomplice there. And Marsh Anthony was picked up about a month and a half after all of that. And he was picked up on gun charges that were linked to the murder.
All right, Ja. Why don't you tell us where you were that night?
That night, that crime scene, I had to be in the house because I stayed in the house that whole day. I ain't go outside at one bit.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't there.
People are putting you out there, and I'm not just saying one person. I'm not just saying two people. I'm saying a lot of people. And you know the city. The city's got cameras there. If we don't have a camera, a city camera, there's a house camera. There's a liquor store camera. There's a bodega camera. There's cameras everywhere.
No, I wasn't out there, like, honestly.
Listen to me. You know what happened? A 12-year-old girl was accidentally shot, and she died because of this.
Yes.
Again, like I said, we weren't there. We don't know. Right now, it's always coming back to you.
Well, I wasn't there. You can come back to me as much as they have to, but I wasn't there. That's all.
Okay.
And
I want you to be honest with us, and that's why I respect what you did tonight.
Yes, sir.
You came to us. We didn't have to go looking for you, driving around.
Yes, sir.
And that shows, you know what? You want to get in front of us. You want to tell us the truth, and you're telling us your truth.
Yes.
Okay, that's important.
We telling you the truth. Not my truth, the truth.
All right.
It's a difference between my truth and the truth. I'm telling you the truth.
Detective Brito and Detective Alba from Ceasefire arrived on scene, as well as Detective DeSalle from Detective Leesman and Detective C. Brooks from the Detective Bureau. This officer found a witness, Jordi Perez, and he stated that he went to the bodega and it was closed, so they were returning back. And when him and the victims were in front of 35 Roseburg, he heard loud pops and he thought it was fireworks. And then he saw the victim drop to the floor. That's everything?
It created so much turmoil when Genesis got shot. It was just like this devastating news. And not to undermine what happened with Genesis, because it's tragic. Losing a child has got to be the worst thing. But these stray bullets have been going around forever. In 2010, they had documented close to 140 different gangs. And the uniqueness about the gang culture in the Paterson area is that you can cross from one block to the other and you're in another gang's territory.
Everybody hustle for different reasons. You got some dudes want to hustle for clothes. You got some dudes want to hustle for their hob. And then you got some dudes who really hustling because you go to their household, they need, they taking care of their family. What a 12-year-old supposed to do to help his mom feed his brothers and sisters? It's only one option. You go pick up some drugs and sell it. This is the baby New York City now. And you know what makes that worse, because New York is big. Paterson. If I'm beefing with I'm from the 4th and beefing with somebody from down the hill, we gonna see each other a lot sooner. It's like we in a cage. When you in a cage tight, there's nowhere to run. You gotta get him or he gonna get you. Point blank, period.
Nigga, you ain't know? No. We from 17. Pakistan, Pakistan. Up them grams on the man, on the man. Yeah, with me, yeah, we got it, cocked and loaded. Talking on the have to explode it. Bang at your brain, bang at your brain. Hey, I heard these things, heard these lane. Hey, these niggas in my lane, these niggas ain't in my lane. No, they ain't been down, they did not feel my pain. Hey, now we in the club, about to perform, yeah.
My brothers and sisters, we stop on this corner because this is one of the places where the blood of our youth cries out from the ground. Father, we pray for healing on this corner, for prosperity on this corner, for life on this corner, for hope on this corner, hope of a better day, of a brighter day, of a more prosperous day, in the name of Jesus.
Before I had Genesis, I wasn't a bad kid. You know, grow up in the hood is pretty messed up. You do things you don't think you would do. You know, I used to steal cars. Being on the block, we used to sell crack. You know, it wasn't like a career. It was just like, you do what you do. So then met Jenny, Genesis' mom. Then we started dating. And then she came out pregnant. That changed me. When I held Genesis, that's when it hit me like, holy, I'm a father.
They're acting like total fools on the bus.
Bombs! Bombs!
Did you just press that? Oh.
Make sure I don't touch that because I'm nervous.
Well, just put this on the side and sit right.
Yeah.
There. Jesus Christ, you act like I've never been on a bus before.
How much you think this lawyer, how much the lawyer cost?
A lawyer can't come with no more than $20,000, $30,000.
For murder?
I don't need him for murder. I just need him to get my name out of the situation.
No. This is a murder charge.
Okay. So, you realize your whole entire future is at stake here. You get that, right? Yes. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save you from all of this. Now, you want to know, Harley, how much is my freedom worth?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can't put a price on your freedom. But here's the deal. You want the best? You're here. I'm the best. Someone shot a bullet through my house, and it wasn't very nice. This is a Benelli M4. Tactical, scope, lights, everything. Red dot laser. Light with the laser. You know, it becomes an issue when you're walking around and people recognize you and gang members are upset with you because maybe you lost a trial and their gang member friend blames you. This is small for the home.
Why did I decide to leave? Because I'm scared to be here. And because I need my kids to be raised somewhere else, not here. It's too much going on here. It's scary. I want them to be able to play outside without me having to worry about them getting hurt or somebody's coming for us, you know? So I'd rather just leave and leave everything behind. As long as they're good, I'm good. I don't want to lose another one.
Florida is ready for you, or you're ready for Florida. Really? Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really? Like, you're not going to miss this
Yeah,
dump?
I miss you guys. Oh, you guys.
Us guys, but you're not going to miss the dump.
No.
No, not at all.
It stinks.
I look at it as being a blessing. It's a new beginning. It's a new start. This out here, this town is just devastating. Everywhere she turns, it's a memory. Everywhere she turns, she hears, okay, there was a shootout here, or something happened here. And it's like, no 11-year-old should grow up like that.
All right.
All right, good morning. Please be seated. All right, here are the matters of State versus Marsh Anthony, State versus Jamir Moore, State versus Jeffrey Ellerby, indictment 15-030149. All right, but here's the thing, you know, it's a very important case. As I've stated this in the past, for both the defense and the prosecutor, we've got to get this case moving. What about Mr. Bright?
Yes, Judge, I would think it'd only be fair to all parties to set this matter down for a trial date. My client's been sitting in a jail a year and a half.
Absolutely. Mr. Bright, I've heard you. I know you want a trial date in this case, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this a pre-trial conference plea cutoff the first week of February, and we will set the trial date at that time. Any further?
No, thank you, Your Honor. Interestingly enough, as if the state could not delay this case further or put more pressure on my client, his bail was $3 million, I believe, cash only. That's not a bail. That's just code for we're going to keep you here as long as it takes for your trial to come.
The streets probably got Jamir when he was probably about 15, 16. And that's when we found out that his dad was gone. Like, that's when we got the news that his dad was arrested and it didn't look good. And he was possibly going to be gone for about 30 years. And Jamir just felt like his father didn't care about him.
Jeffrey's a good kid. His father committed suicide when he was 1. He's always been a great kid, always helped with the rest of my kids, never got in trouble, always went to school, never gave me a hard time. He was always a really good kid with a good attitude.
A few minutes.
Yeah, I think
That's fine.
All right, thanks.
Very good, thank you.
Jamir's state of mind right now is more or less like he knows that he's going to be cleared. I said to Jamir, I'm with Harley on this. They're gunning for you.
The public was screaming for a scapegoat. The police needed a scapegoat. So why not choose Jamir Moore, a 19-year-old black kid with a criminal record? Who better to pin this on than him?
They didn't look in this investigation properly. They just went off word of mouth. In their eyes, he guilty, especially because that's a little girl.
If I had to shoot somebody, I would walk up to them, point blank, and shoot them in the face. You have that big of a problem that you gotta kill somebody, right? Right? You have that big of a problem that you gotta take somebody's life? Well, take their life. It's been happening since the beginning of time, right? People's been, killing people since the beginning of time. Cain and Abel. But you walk up to him and you do him in. You just don't do it from across the street while there's a bunch of kids playing on a scooter.
I just went to a funeral last month. This happened. I know a lot of people. That's common. It's like you've been to Vietnam or something, your war wounds. You either got stab marks or gunshots coming out of Paterson.
To properly police these individuals and these gangs, you have to know their culture. You have to know what the gangs are about, the general makeup, the hierarchy. Identifying them, monitoring them is getting harder and harder because there has been a decrease in the police force due to cutbacks and things like that, but we're tasked to do more. So sometimes those specialized units that were focusing on that, they're not there anymore.
We have to talk about how gangs are being able to make money. Heroin is $5 a bag. It's fueling the drug trade. And so when we talk about gangs, we have to talk about not only gun violence, reducing gun violence, but we have to keep focus on what drugs now are being.
He's bringing our community down. Everybody's coming up here for a needle exchange, for needles, clean needles. Why you gotta clean needles? Don't shoot up.
Yeah, should be shoot up, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, instead of picking them out of the
Don't even bleep that out.
Instead of picking them out of the back.
And so what, you give him money so he could buy little food there?
I live in Tampa, Florida. I am living with my uncle, my aunt, and my 3 cousins. And then my aunt's grandmother and her daughter. My mom is trying to get an apartment and a job. She wants to work 2 jobs so she can make enough money to get her own apartment.
Let me see if I can get it. I'm gonna get the hook out. I wanna get the hook out. I'm gonna get the hook out. My life here in Florida is better than actually being in Paterson. Paterson, I'd be terrified to go even across the street by myself. But here, I guess, like, I don't know, it's calm, so I could go anywhere.
This is the room is intact. No holes, no damages. Just a little wiping down. Everything is intact. It really sucks getting evicted. You know, being homeless. Destroyed. My daughter's in Florida. My other daughter is buried in a cemetery. I'm going to court. It really messes with your head. It really messes you up as a man.
Here, do it here.
You know?
Just look right here.
A year ago today, I was at work, getting paid. Like, I was doing what I graduated school for. My life was going where I wanted it to go, to the point where I was like, all right, I'm gonna be where I gotta be, and I'm gonna be able to support my family, my children. Everything is gonna be okay now. This is what I went to school for. And then everything just crumbles from your fingertips.
You folks are the folks that are leaving?
Yes.
You're all moving?
Yes.
Here's your copy of this. Hey. A little wet, but since you moved, you're not going to be needing it
Statement 15030149. We conference this case in chambers, and it's my understanding there are still some open discovery issues. Defense counsel, any other issues right now?
With regard to discovery?
Or any other issues in this case?
I'd like to raise an issue that
Sure.
the last time we were here, I most vociferously requested a trial date of April 1st.
Correct.
There seemed to be some resistance from some of the parties on that. I am respectfully requesting that the court put down September 20th, Tuesday, as a real trial date. There should be no reason why myself and co-counsel, all co-counsel, the state as well, cannot be ready by that time to try this case. These are 3 young men who've been incarcerated, been denied their pretrial liberty by a massive, excessive bail that nobody in this courtroom could make. They've waited long and hard for a trial. They deserve a trial. The state deserves a trial. And we're sitting here, again, not able to do that.
I would love to set a trial date and just say that's the date, and we're going to proceed on that date. But the state has to make its final plea offer, and defendants then have to make an informed decision as to whether they want to try this case or they want to take the plea. So we're getting closer to that point, but we're not there yet.
And Judge, if I may, I appreciate that. And again, just as a practical matter, if this trial doesn't go in the very beginning of October at the latest, this case will not go to trial in 2016. The earliest we can hope for is a mid-January 2017 trial.
I agree with you. And just, you know, we talked about this in chambers, just being practical. There's still some more work to do in this case, obviously.
Not much. Not much.
Well, that you feel that way. Your co-counsel don't necessarily feel that way. All right, anything else? All right, thank you. Thank you. You are.
Look, everybody has an interest. The prosecutor has an interest in preserving justice. The other attorneys have an interest in ensuring that their clients get a fair trial. I have that same interest. But we need to get things done. And sometimes when people are getting paid by the hour, or they're on salary even, one has a different motivation than the other. And that's creating, I think, a partial conflict here.
Mad, upset, sad, confused, lost. Like, what the is going on? Like, what is going on? From day one, it was said, yeah, hey, yeah, we got him, we this, we that, yeah, we got all this, we got all that. And then today, you have nothing to say. You late, you're not even prepared. What's going on? Now it's at the point where, are these guys really who did it, or it was just randomly picked out from the street?
They wear you down. It's a war of attrition. Well, guess what? We don't tap out. We don't submit. We're going to trial. If they want to delay this trial 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years, that's on them. But we're going to trial. My client wants a trial. And one day, there will be no more delays. That jury will come up the elevator, walk through the hallway, and walk into that courtroom and take their rightful seats. And then the prosecutor will have to get up and prove his case beyond a reasonable doubt. That day is coming. One day.
Somebody grab Junior's hand.
Everything behind. We left Genesis tombstone behind. We left my family behind. We left a lot of things behind. I feel confused, happy, and upset. Cause I don't know, confused. I don't even know what to feel. I'm happy that we left, but I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave my dad, my brothers, my cousins.
She hasn't cried. She didn't cry. She cried maybe the first time, and that's it. The first day. Never cried again.
Okay, hi everybody, it's Genesis, and I'm gonna be...
I don't know, she doesn't want to make friends. It's hard for her to make friends. She says, how can she make friends if the only friend and best friend she had was her sister, Genesis?
He's still on level 2. Okay, now he's on level 3. Which is a skill.
I want it to be over. Yeah, I want them to plead guilty. I don't want them to be going to trial anymore or other stuff like that. I want it to be done. It's just too much now. We've been at this for 2 years, almost, and it's still going. It's ongoing.
All right, good afternoon. Please be seated. All right, we're here for the pretrial conference in matters of Jamir Moore, Marsh Anthony, Jeffrey Ellerby, indictment 1503-0149.
Judge, do you have everybody's up there? I think you do.
Yeah. All right, why don't we start out with Jamir Moore.
The charges include murder. They include weapons offenses. These 3 defendants, the state's allegations are that they were part of a crew that was hitting back and looking for specifically maybe Mr. Shaquem Ricks. Mr. Shaquem Ricks, as we know, is a defendant now in Bergen County for the murder of Nazira Bug, another young girl. And he will be going to trial, just like his co-defendants, sometime in December. This matter has been not able to resolve by way of plea or cooperation, and there is no further negotiations.
What was the state's final plea offer in this?
The state's original plea offer was 40 years for Mr. Moore, 40 years for Mr. Ellerby, and 8 with a 4 for Mr. Anthony.
All right, the maximum sentencing exposure, if convicted on all counts in this case, Mr. DeGroot, can you set forth what that would be?
Life in prison.
All right, Mr. Moore, you understand all that? Yes. Yes, Mr. Moore. You had enough time to think about it?
Yes.
Talk to your attorney about it?
Yes.
Yeah, you understand that after today, there's going to be no more plea offers. You okay with that?
Yes.
All right, so what do you want to do? You want to go trial in this case?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Anything further?
No.
All right, very well. Set it for September 7th. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nobody really is considering the fact that what if these boys are innocent? Y'all just ruined their lives. They're like I told my child, your life is forever ruined. Whether you get found innocent, whether you get found guilty, whether it's a mistrial, a dismissal, whatever it is, your life is forever ruined.
Jeffrey never even got a ticket, let alone now the first crime he commits is murder. That's ridiculous. So yeah, it's a shock. It's been very depressing. It's been hard on the rest of my kids to explain to them that their brother might not come home for something he didn't do. So it's been hard.
In this situation, you gotta take that chance. This is life now. Now, if he know he didn't do it, why take 25, 40 where they offer him 40 years?
There is no way that any amount of routine application of policing and criminal justice will stop what's going on. The routine experience of people in the neighborhood is that they're subjected to a huge amount of law enforcement.
Man, feel my twist.
And they're not safe.
You recorded me? Man, the street life and thugging, I even learned how to spit, man. And I'm sharp with the hands, even better with the hawk, a vicious dude with a reckless bark. Psychotic with the hammer, don't get caught in that spark. Late night creeping, yeah, I be that shadow in the dark. 40 cal was something to silence the pop, and this ain't slick talking, dog, this shit's coming from the heart. 90 dog, understand that I'm sharp, I leave you scarred with my bars, open your face with the hawk, or a slug in your chest, man, to silence your heart.
You know, it's a sad situation, but that stuff happen out here. Kids should be able to go out and play, but that's just not the reality of what's going on in Paterson.
Corey is my first cousin. Her father was murdered. My other first cousin, her father was murdered. Right. My son was murdered, all in the same calendar year. What's the chances of that? It's almost like hitting the lottery of death.
I know too well what these parents are going through with their juveniles. Because at 14, my son started.
The younger kids that's getting the guns, they not aiming. They see somebody they looking for in a crowd, they shoot at the crowd. You can have 5 kids there.
I went to the cops, I called them every day. Every night he didn't come in, I got the same thing. Until he gets in the system, we can't help you.
Maybe you want them to survive that way so you can throw them in the prison system and make money off of them. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's a business.
So at 18, he decided, so I'll go out and I'll join a gang. First charge, 2 sets of guns at 17. Second charge, 2 sets of guns. Third charge, attempted murder. But he's in the system now, huh?
You guys talk about everything that's around the buck and the dollar, but at the end of the day, when they start shooting up your car, your house, when heroin comes to your block, you're gonna turn around and say, you know what, that guy with the dreads made a lot of sense.
All right, Ma. Bye.
Good luck.
Love you. Okay, we'll see you.
I wasn't gonna come over here. I wasn't gonna try to miss it either.
Rolly. Broke my belt. Right, Yoli?
Ladies and gentlemen, defendants have pleaded not guilty to the charges. Defendants are on trial and they are presumed to be innocent unless each and every essential element of the offenses charged are proven beyond the reasonable doubt as to each defendant. Each defendant must be found not guilty of that particular charge.
It's a summary. Genesis Rincon was 12 years old. Innocent. Pure. Society. Our society. We failed that little girl. We just couldn't stop that. Genesis came upon that moment in time when his enemy and his enemy and his enemy appeared in the figure of a white van. Bam, 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 bam. Shot after shot was fired. They were on trial here today. And the state is going to prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt that guilty of those counts for murder should be entered against each and every one of those. And we will have justice for the Rincon family. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do not need to decide whether this killing was terrible. We know that it was. And we know that it was tragic. Your purpose is different. It is to decide if the state has proved that my client killed Genesis Rincon. I am confident that when you hear the evidence, you'll find that there is not just one reasonable doubt, but there exists many, many reasonable doubts throughout the state's entire case. We don't know who killed Genesis Rincon. And at the end of this trial, unfortunately, you too will still not know who killed Genesis Rincon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brother. All right, after swearing the witness, let's have stand up, please, and just face the clerk here.
Raise your right hand, please. You do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Keyshawn Gordon.
You may be seated. You can have.
On July 5th, 2014, do you remember a significant event that day?
Yes.
And what happened that day?
The shooter.
In the area of 35 Graham Ave in the city of Paterson, have you identified various neighborhood gangs in that area?
Yes, we have two neighborhood gangs that we've identified within that area. The first neighborhood gang that we've identified is 230 Boys. And the other group that we've identified is a group called the So Icy Boys.
I asked you to look toward the fence, and do you see the person that you identified as the shooter?
Yes.
Can you indicate what color shirt that person is wearing?
White shirt.
And identifying the defendant.
Defendant Moore has been identified by law enforcement sources as a member of the So Icy by his self-proclamation, as well as his tattoo that he has on his markings that say SIB, meaning So Icy Boys.
Now, on July 5th, 2014, what time did that family barbecue begin?
I'm not sure. Like around 4.
The police asked you if Jeffrey Ellerby was there that day, correct?
Yes.
Originally, what did you first tell them?
I told him that he came around 8.
Did you finally change your story?
Yes.
Good morning, Detective.
Good morning.
Were you involved in the homicide investigation of Genesis Rincon?
Yes.
In that investigation, was there application to search one of the phones?
Yes.
Was that the phone of Jeffrey Ellerby?
Correct.
Agent, based on your expertise, can you conclude with a reasonable degree of certainty whether that cellular numbers was in the area of the homicide on July 5th, 2014 at approximately 8:30 in the evening?
I can tell you that the usage of that phone at that particular time is consistent with the coverage area of that crime scene at that time.
Were you able to establish where the phone was at approximately 8:30 in the evening on August 5th, 2014? Objection.
Sustained.
Who asked you to say that Jeff was with you at that time?
Well,
Thank you.
defendant Ellerby has been identified by law enforcement sources through a self-proclamation of stating that he in fact was a SOAC boy.
No tattoos.
No tattoos.
All right, thanks. All right, Detective, you're still on the road. We'll have Mr. Bright's cross-examination.
Detective, you testified that my client, Jamir Moore, is a member of a street gang, is that correct?
That is correct.
You didn't have any role whatsoever in the investigation of this case involving the murder of Genesis Rincon, correct?
That is correct.
You have no personal information whatsoever with regard to how this murder took place, do you?
No, sir.
You weren't there, were you?
No, sir.
You didn't see who fired the shots, did you?
No, sir.
Nothing further. All right, thank you. Mr. Carter, let's talk about some pending charges. You were arrested on September 21st, 2015 for the distribution and possession with the intent to distribute drugs, correct?
Yes.
That case is still pending. It's not been resolved, correct?
Yes.
Another pending charge. You were arrested on July 6th of 2016 for selling heroin, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's not yet been resolved either.
Yes.
As you sit here today testifying on behalf of the state, those two pending charges have not yet been resolved. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Carter, this document is S57. You recognize that, don't you?
Yes.
That's your statement to the police, correct?
Yes.
And when you said that to them, you said that you were sweeping up a little bit, correct?
Yes.
No. But the fact is you weren't sweeping. You were selling drugs, correct?
We're doing both.
Ah. Nothing further. All right, thank you.
All right, let's take 5 minutes. Well, we said we're going to be here till 3:30, so let's take till 3:30.
Right now, Jamir is, he's not 100% confident. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, he feels like right now, he feels like me, like he has a 60-40 chance.
I feel good. You know, I feel good about it. It's not something like I'm worried. Or it could just be that my emotions are going crazy right now and, you know, I just can't, but like I just feel it inside. It's like, it's a calming feeling. It's a good feeling.
I like to train in a place that's a bit rural. When you're done giving everything you can physically and mentally as well, get in a car and you're driving through an area with beautiful foliage. There's something very cathartic about it. It's very quiet and you can really spend time introspecting. And that's one of the hardest things in life to do is introspect. When I do well in the cave, I can extrapolate that experience into the courtroom, into other areas of my life. But I don't fear things the way that perhaps I did when I was younger. A judge is yelling at me, I just zone out because there's nothing that person can do to hurt me. I've already faced the most terrifying event I could ever face in my mind, and that's getting on the mat or getting in the cage. And once I conquered that, conquering the courtroom was so easy, so easy.
Given this case would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name for the record.
Detective John Scully.
How many shell casing were recovered?
There was 6 shell casings. 4 were 9 millimeters. 1 was a .380 caliber. Item A, I didn't know.
Could that have been a 9?
It could have been, yes.
No other question? No. Mr. Bright?
Detective, with regard to the shell casings found at the scene, you were never able to connect those shell casings with any specific gun, were you?
I don't know if a gun was ever recovered, sir.
Thank you. Nothing further.
All right. Mr. Palazzo, any questions?
I'm very confident. I
Oh,
really did.
listen, then you can strut like a peacock, brother, that you're confident. But the evidence that we have says you were there. That's the problem. That's the problem. So, me personally, I ain't rolling dice. I'm not letting people decide my fate and making their own opinions on what went down. Because that's not what I want. I want to be like, you know what, let me get in front of this. This is what happened. I was around and some little girl got killed by accident. There's a big difference. I'm not letting them choose what I did. I'm gonna talk.
I didn't do nothing.
I'm gonna talk for me.
Please state your name for the record.
Jack P. DeSalvo.
You may proceed to the
Good morning, Detective.
Good morning.
Detective, who are you employed by?
The city of Paterson.
Okay. Did you take statements in this case?
Yes, I did.
Were statements taken by Detective Lynchman and yourself?
Yes.
Were you involved in the statement of Jamir Moore?
Yes, I was.
What was his answer when you said that you couldn't get over the last response, that he wasn't there and wasn't involved?
I don't know why they would put me at the scene and want me to be at that scene. Because I, whatever cameras you say you got at the liquor store or whatever, check them. And it will show I was not put there.
Detective, during this investigation, were cameras attempted to be located?
Yes.
Were any working cameras found to be in that area?
No.
Were any cameras from businesses found to be in that area?
No.
Thank you.
So Detective, you can step down. You're released for today. All right, have a nice.
All right.
Detective, you went to a press conference to make a public announcement of the first arrest in this case, correct?
Yes.
And that first arrest pertained to my client, Jamir Moore, didn't it?
Yes.
Detective, you testified earlier about these shell casings that were found on the scene, right?
Yes.
Boom. It's a fact, isn't it, that you were never able to connect any of those casings with my client, Jamir Moore, correct?
Correct.
Nothing further.
All right, thank you.
Detective, good morning.
Good morning.
The record, I'm Matthew Cavalier. I represent Jeffrey Ellerby, and I have some questions. As lead investigator, are you the one who directs the CSI people to send bullets out for fingerprinting, for example?
For stuff that goes to the lab, it would be my responsibility to have certain items requested to be examined, yes.
Okay. Now, in this case, by analyzing the firing pin fingerprint on the back of the spent shell casings from the Genesis case, it shows that the same gun was used in the April 1st, 2014 case, correct?
Yes.
And there's a Paterson Police Department case number for the shooting event that happened on April 1st, 2014 involving the same gun, right?
Yes.
Now, would it surprise you to know that the person arrested and charged by your department for using that gun, his first name is Eli. Are you familiar with that shooting case now?
Yes.
It turns out your department interviewed him in this case. True?
Yes.
That was right after he got arrested for the other shooting. True?
Yes.
How long did that interview take?
I was actually not a part of the interview. That was two other detectives spoke to him.
Would it surprise you to know that the interview of Eli took 6 minutes?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Would it surprise you to know that that interview did not ask him about the Genesis case, other than to tell him that you had developed information indicating that he was there? You know that, right?
Yes.
It's in your report.
Yes.
The guy who used the same gun that was used to kill Genesis was there at the time of the shooting, and that's why you brought him in.
Yes.
You never asked him about the same gun, did you?
No further questions. Thank you.
I was a Moshe. I was a Moore. I was a Ellerby. I was. I don't hate them. They're kids. They're kids. I was a kid too. I was that kid. I was that kid that my family members would tell their kids, don't hang with Alexis. Don't hang with Alexis. Alexis is bad news. I'm no different than these guys. It's just that I had the right people. I had the right support. My parole officer, Mr. Williams, I violated at least twice. And he said that he was not gonna lock me up because I was a smart kid, and he met my mom and he said, your parents are good parents and they don't deserve that from you. I would like to be a counselor. Because if you can save one kid, whether it be a kid that was born on East 19 in Paterson, named Genesis Rincon, people know him as Chooser, or Choose One, or that kid that lives on 10th Ave, that goes by the name of Marsh Anthony. Then you did something.
Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Please state your name for the record. You may proceed to the witness stand.
Right over here, please.
Swinger, do you recall being in the city of Paterson on July 5th, 2014?
Yes.
Do you recall being arrested at a house in the city of Paterson on or about that day?
Yes.
Okay. Ultimately, the charges that you pled guilty to, were they possession of CDS?
Yes.
Third degree?
Yes.
And animal cruelty, fourth degree?
Yes.
Did you receive probation for this charge? An agreement that you would be receiving probation?
Yes.
Did it require you to be here today to testify?
Yes.
On July 5th, 2014, is this the point of view you would have had?
Yes.
I'm asking you to point to where you were using this picture. He's indicating the back of the porch of photo 3. Did you notice a particular type of vehicle that had traveled down that got your attention?
Yes.
And why did it get your attention?
It was fired up.
Okay. You said they was firing at it?
Yes.
Okay. And what type of vehicle was this?
White van.
White van?
Yes.
How many people were firing at that van?
2.
Okay. Now, do you see those people in court?
Yes, with the braids.
Okay.
All right, identifying the defendant, Jamir Moore.
What about the next person, the other person who shooting?
Who's the other shooter?
Jeffrey.
And what's Jeffrey wearing, or what does he look like today?
With the short haircut.
What about the color of shirt?
Blue.
Identifying the defendant, Jeffrey.
Can you describe what you saw?
Went in the middle of the street and started firing.
I'm sorry, I can't hear
Said one of them went in the street and started firing?
Yeah.
You said 3 of them went in the street.
No. Said they went in the middle of the street and started firing.
They went in the middle of the street and
Yes.
started firing.
Okay. You said Mr. Moore and Ellerby were standing. Handguns are passed off from that point. The white van, do you see the white van?
Yes.
Where's the white van traveling?
Down Rosa Parks towards King.
You said that Ellerby and Moore, were they, you said they had the guns?
Yes.
What were they doing with the guns?
Firing.
And you said they were in the street.
Yes.
The van was in front of them?
Yes.
The van was moving?
Yes.
What, you said they were running?
One or two of the van shooting. Running towards the van shooting.
running towards the van shooting. Do you remember describing them to the police?
Please, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. There's an issue I have to deal with. We're going to take, ladies and gentlemen, let's ask you to go into the jury room. It'll be a very short break, but I have to address an issue that's come up. Do me a favor, just put the phone on top of the stand, please, all right? All right, can counsel approach, please? Just leave the phone there. Why don't you just step outside for a minute? Just leave the phone. Leave the phone.
Is there an escort available?
Yeah. The sheriff's officer saw someone texting on the phone, and I asked the witness now, apparently it's him.
Earlier in the trial, there was evidence that came out that the gun used to kill Genesis Rincon was used 3 months earlier to her killing in a shooting incident. The person who used that gun was caught. His name is Eli Haynes. Today, the state's star witness, it's discovered that he's texting while on the stand. He texted someone saying, "Eli is here." And the response came back, "What's Eli doing there?" Which leads us to conclude only one thing. Cavalry Swinger testified today under the pressure of pointing the finger at my client because he knows that Eli Haynes is the true killer.
I'll take a few minutes. So we're going to recess at this time.
Today, I would say we received what I like to call a nugget, a golden nugget. If I'm successful in using and implementing that nugget, then I'm hopeful that the jury will use that bit of information in my favor, in my client's favor, when they deliberate as to whether or not my client committed this crime.
All right, how are we doing tonight, all right? All right, I want to thank everybody for coming to our annual St. Patty's Day party.
I have a charity out, it's called Harley's Kids. And I guess for the last 25 years, I started with 32 mentally and physically challenged children. And right now I've built it up with the help of other people, of course, to 200. So I have 200 kids, and I have parties every 2-3 months. We make an occasion. We have a St. Patty's Day party. We have a Halloween party, a Christmas party, things like that. We come up with an excuse to have parties. Yeah, usually I take 2 at a time bowling. Let me show you amateurs how it's done. I'm just saying, if you miss this, you might lose the whole game. No pressure. I usually take Scott Donkersloot. I've known Scott at least 25 years. And we usually bring Joey. He's got severe Down syndrome. In fact, you can't understand what he says. Nobody can. Oh no, come on. Those kids bring me several things. One, they remind me I'm blessed. So it calms me. I realize that as bad a day as I'm having, I'm still blessed. 2, it reminds me that there are some people out there who like me for me. They just like me, Harley the guy. They remind me that there's so much goodness out there despite the disadvantages and the tragedies. The injustice of the universe is far more than the injustice of any court system. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by saying that in a criminal trial, sometimes there's a moment Not only has every piece of evidence presented by the prosecution been discredited or rendered meaningless, we have also shown that there is a far more believable suspect in this killing who is not on trial here. We know who that is. That's Eli Hines. He used the gun that killed Genesis 3 months earlier, and then showed up here in court to make sure that Cavalry Swinger went through with his false testimony. Ladies and gentlemen, a trial is a search for the truth. That's why we're here. We want to know what really happened that night. And we don't. There was lazy and poor detective work. What might it cost to run a fingerprint analysis on the casings? Who cares what it costs? Justice doesn't have a price. The life of that 12-year-old girl is not equated with a price for running a simple fingerprint test. You shouldn't tolerate an investigation that fell short, whether it's due to incompetency or laziness. And I would ask you, ladies and gentlemen, when you go back into that jury room, to ask yourself, is there a reasonable possibility that Swinger and Carter simply lied to protect themselves and gain an advantage with the extremely serious crimes they were each facing? If there's a reasonable possibility that they were lying, then there's reasonable doubt. And the verdict must be not guilty. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brett. All right, Mr. Prosecutor, closing statement. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this case comes down to Cavalry Swinger and Keyshawn Carter. Their statements, I submit, are truthful, reliable, and credible based on other things that we have shown. We talk about deals given, deals taken, the dogs, the drugs. That deal had to be done. And unfortunately, in Paterson, in that area where the homicide happened, these are the witnesses you get. These are the witnesses that you have. They are people from the street. They live out there. They try to raise families out there. They deal drugs out there. And they share weapons. And you know why Eli was here? Because these guys ended up getting that weapon, getting that first weapon, the community handgun, the shared handgun. Eli Hines was never arrested with a handgun. He never had a handgun that was taken off his possession because he got rid of it. You don't throw a perfectly good handgun in the river. You sell it. You give it away. That's the game. Don't get caught with it twice. I want to thank you for your paying attention. Once again, I think beyond a reasonable doubt, the state has proven its case, and I ask you to return a verdict on each and every one of those charges in the affirmative. Guilty. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brewer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the day. The only thing left for me to do is to charge you. That's going to take about an hour. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to recess for the day.
How are your other kids, taking it?
My kids are horrible. Because I guess it's hard because they know the type of person that Jeffrey is, and it's hard for them to explain to them what actually happened. I mean, they talk to Jeffrey every day, but it's not the same. They're used to Jeffrey being at their basketball games. And my kids are they're really close. She would never do that. But I'm hoping, I'm praying.
That's all we. That's all. I guess right now that's all we have is because like I said, it's like sometimes we're forgotten in the background. Like, you know, like I mean, they're going through their whole legal issues and back and forth and everything, but like nobody really takes that consideration. Says, you know what, we need to come to something. Like, the parents can't keep going through this. The parents can't keep losing work. They can't keep. You know, it's.
But I told my mother, I said, because I said I look at you every day. I see your pain every day, and I told my mother, I said I had to say something because I really do feel bad. I really do.
We as parents, our kids really don't know what we go through. They don't know what headaches, you know, we have in our heads and how we try to give them the best. That even if we can't give the best, we go there.
Because this was a shock to me. And I told Jeffrey, if you have to go to jail for this, you just have to deal with the consequences. I mean, at the end of the day, I said, I'm still gonna be your mother. At the end of the day, I'm still
gonna be there for you.
Yeah, but I said at the end of the day, Jeffrey, they lost their daughter, so you just have to have some kind of compassion for that.
Yeah.
He said he understands.
I don't hate them, because I don't. I'm just mad. Whether they go to jail or not, I can't see her, I can't talk to her, I can't hug her. I can't hear her calling me mommy anymore. This is never gonna happen. I like chicken. When Genesis passed away, it's like they took half of her. I have never seen a bond like that with two sisters.
Chilling with grandma. Do I look like your grandmother? You look old. Yo, mama. Yo, mama. Tell mommy. No. Mom, gonna say you're old.
If anyone pulls out their cell phones, it will be confiscated and they will be kicked out. Remain seated.
So we have 12 jurors seated. As the jury, I reviewed your note, and I think your message to the court has been clear. I just want to ask the foreperson, I want to ask you a question. Foreperson, do you feel that further deliberations would be beneficial? Do you feel that you've reached a point in which further deliberations would be futile?
I do.
You feel that they would be futile?
Yeah.
Considering all of that, I find the termination of this trial is necessary because the jury has failed to agree upon a verdict within a reasonable time, after a reasonable time for a deliberation has been allowed. I'm going to declare a mistrial. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the function you have performed is one of the most important civic duties which you will ever be called upon to fulfill. With the declaration of a mistrial in this matter, your service is now complete. On a personal note, every day I see how citizens such as you respond to the responsibility of decision-making that is jury service. It is truly remarkable witnessing that reality. And I say that even though you didn't reach a verdict. I know how hard you worked at this case. We've been at this case for over 2 months. So with that, I now discharge you with the sincerest of thanks of all of us who serve in our court system. You're now free to go. I wish everybody the best.
jury it's a non-decision. There's no decision. So the charges are still there. Now, in theory, we could move.
These boys still gotta sit in jail.
Generally speaking,
While we are elated at the results of this trial, it in no way diminishes the tragedy that the family of the victim still has to go through. Immediately after Jamir was arrested and incarcerated for the murder of Genesis Rincon, he was then also charged with another murder case. And that entire case, the police investigated my client, believed he had nothing to do with it, and left him out of it. And now, lo and behold, they indict him on that murder case. Very, very curious circumstances.
Processing what's going on?
Yes, ma'am. Do you know how long you're going to be going away for?
So he'd have to win 2 trials in order to walk away scot-free. Trials are risky businesses, and anything can happen at a trial. And even though he felt empowered in one sense by the hung jury, he was smart enough to know that it's not a guarantee next time. In the end, we were able to come to a deal in which Jamir pled to 20 years. He would have to serve 85% of that time, so 17 years before he can apply for parole. He's been in for 3, so he gets credit for all of that. So he'll be out in 14 years. He'll be 36 years old. He can resume his life with right now he has a 3-year-old son. He can marry, he can go to college, he can have a life. And he ultimately decided that pleading to being responsible for the death of Genesis Rincon and Raji Clark was in his best interest. He went in an open forum, took an oath to tell the truth, and said, I shot the bullet that killed that girl. Somewhere, the truth exists.
Hey everyone, it's Genesis, and I want to wish you all a happy Easter. Today is Sunday, and the 20th, which is clearly Easter.
They say it was a straight bullet, it didn't have a name. But that one scarred my family and things aren't the same. I remember when I first found out I almost went insane. All the pain and all the agony, it's too much to explain. She was riding on her scooter around Independence Day. Now she's riding in them heavens and she's very far away. I'll give it all away, just so I can see your face. But deep down up in my heart, I know you in a better place. God needed him an angel, so he had to pick the best. I took it as a curse, but in reality you're blessed. Cause you're flying through his kingdom in this life, you passed the test. While I'm jotting down these words, I get this knot up in my chest. Cause knowing you not here leaves me blinded, full of stress. In the city you're a legend, nothing more, nothing less. I wish it was a nightmare and it could all just go away. But I'm forced to see reality every single day. Where the fuck is all the cops that kill and let it spray? Where the is all the heroes that claim they saved the day? We ain't got that out in Paterson, why our children gotta pay. That's why I'm riding strapped with this 40 in this gauge. All I feel is anger, but I'm fighting against my rage. Cause my children need a future and I have to pay their way. Plus I know karma's a bitch and she's riding around the way. When you do dirt in this world, and this hell is where you pay. I'm just riding through this road and it feels so long without you. Till the day we meet again. I know this is not the end.
Hey everyone, it's Genesis, and today I'm going to be showing you my collection. Who doesn't love collection videos? I mean, like, right? But let's go back to serious mode.
In this life you had a purpose cause you help people survive. The donation of your organs helped save a lot of lives. You're a legend, you're a hero, you're my angel in the sky. It ain't about your race, it ain't about your pride. It's all about the youth and keeping our children alive. And through our family's name you'll forever be alive. To the day of my demise, in my heart you'll stay alive. And through all this pain and chaos, together we shall rise. I'm just riding through this road and it feels so long without you. Till the day we meet again. I know this is not the end. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Genesis, and today I'm going to be doing a shout out